Marked Out Wrestling Podcast starts in 3, 2, 1.
From Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Rody Rob, Adam Bomb, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
And welcome to episode 500 and I don't know episodes of this show, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, more specifically on YouTube, our Monday with the Mark show. So
you were doing good till the end.
I know. I was debating within my head, should I go ahead and just introduce you, or should I go ahead and jump into a topic and then bring you in on the backside? Thinking I could do that, but you'd probably interrupt me saying, what about us? So I'm just going to go ahead and say, joining me right now is Adam to the Bomb and Bionic to the Brian, if you'd like to both say hi.
You chose poorly.
Yeah, probably. Was that your hi?
Say hi, Adam.
Oh, yeah, that was my hi.
Okay, thank you for just shutting the whole thing down in that moment.
No, I was giving Brian a chance to talk.
Brian, did you say hi?
Well, I don't want to waste my hi. All right, I'll say it right now. Hi.
We wasted the good hi on
board.
you.
And we are also on YouTube Live, or YouTube Live right now. Sure.
We're on the AEW and Impact Network.
Twitch Live. We got thousands of people watching this. I see Stike Leathers on there. Steeler Stout. I mean, they're just filing. And JR's on that one. So, yeah. So, what we're going to do tonight for Monday with the Marks. What we're going to do tonight is we are going to talk a little bit about Raw later on. And JR says props to you guys still watching Raw. I wouldn't say we're watching it. I mean,
it was on.
It's on.
Yeah.
You know, this is more.
It's on, right?
This is more of an excuse to have a guys' night now more than anything.
At this point, Monday is just like kind of an open wrestling
right?
discussion.
But every once in a while, Monday will throw us a nugget. You know, like, oh, that was kind of fun. You know, we'll talk about some of that tonight, and a lot of things we won't talk about, honestly. But we will talk about some
Are
things.
we going to talk about how you and your wife had to have a discussion about Lana and Naomi touch, like just a pat on the butt?
Yeah. So here's what happened, Brian. Did you watch Raw night at all tonight so that we can have a conversation
here and there
of commonality here and there? So that means you didn't watch it all.
Yeah, not at all.
No. So we can't have a conversation.
No,
of
I
commonality.
definitely did.
Okay.
No, I saw
You know what
definitely
you're
at
doing.
least the last hour and a half.
Okay. So did you see the Lana and Naomi match? That's going to be a no. Okay.
I saw the finish.
Well, I need to start here. So at the very beginning, they're coming down. Naomi and Lana are coming down the ramp, and they've got all their glow shit going. They're fucking rave dancing and fucking, whatever. Cool. I got no qualms with all that, right? That's an entrance. Do your thing. So then Naomi gets up. She starts walking forward, and Lana's behind her. Well, obviously, everybody knows at this point, Naomi's definitely got a nice sized trunk. And all props to her for that. No hate. Good for you,
Okay.
good for you, Mr. Uso. Right? Do your thing.
I'm hearing the music in my head as she's dancing.
You're right. And then Lana reaches over and gives her a little pat on her butt. Right? This little pat on her butt. And
Maybe a pat for good luck, even.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Nothing sexual, nothing out of nothing
Sure.
crazy, but just a pat.
and being married to a black woman with a little junk in the trunk, I know the sensitivities that arrive when it comes to shit like that. So I had the automatic assumption that in Naomi's head, she was like, bitch, I know you didn't just smack my ass on national TV.
Oh, I think it was a playful, like, go get him, girl, or good luck, or,
Okay, no, and that's cool. And it was
or
too,
we got this.
it was too.
Yeah, they do it in baseball.
Okay, look, I'm not looking to be crucified here. I had a thought in my head of what could be a possibility.
Well, you're trying to be Jewish?
You had a counter thought. We went to my queen and we asked her, and she told me basically, "Nah, you being a little uptight, Rob." So
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
I don't think it was an out of whack opinion to have. Just knowing the sensitivities of certain people. That's what I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. So that was that whole situation, Brian.
Well, I mean, why'd you say it? Don't address me. It's not like I brought that up. That was your beef.
Yeah, no,
but you didn't know. You were in the dark.
Yeah, basically it's over now, Brian. I just
Yeah.
explained to you what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
I was filling you in.
Okay.
I
We
have
don't
any
need to have
sound
further
effects.
discussion on it. You don't have
Well,
sound
I'm
effects?
glad.
No.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, Rob. Thank you for filling me in.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Are they working? Oh, there they go.
Oh, great. There they are.
Yeah, I don't know. He never turns it
Hey,
off loud
Steeler
enough.
Scout.
Okay, so what we are going to talk about before we get back into Raw, and we will get back into Raw a little bit, but we got
the title of the episode, man.
the Pink Wedding is the title of the episode, which you could take that many ways. I was going to play on the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones. You know, everybody gets massacred,
I
right?
thought it was Brian in the hub.
And man,
Yeah.
that's cool. They can't use his credit card anymore. You know, I don't know what's going on with all that. But so
What's wrong with it?
let's not go into that right now. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that one in private. So unless you've been under a rock or just have been going about your life not watching wrestling, you probably do know that they announced a whole set of layoffs again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Future endeavored.
Yes, Black Tuesday. And
Which
here,
is now a thing 2 years in a row.
yeah, here is the victims of the latest cuts. Bo Dallas, Samoa Joe.
Wait, let's go down one by one like you did with Rumble. Like,
Okay, well,
are you gonna be
me
sad?
let me list them and we'll
He
jump
wants
back.
to paint the picture.
Let me do the-
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, get everybody in the mindset.
He's trying to fucking manage. Like,
Yeah, let me manage
this
the show.
is
man.
Rob's show.
Okay,
Man.
so
come on.
so here they are, and then we'll go back and we'll throw some some opinion, some stank on that shit. All right.
Okay.
So we got
Yeah.
Bo Dallas, Samoa Joe, Iconics, Chelsea Green, Kalisto, Mickey James, Tucker, Wesley Blake, Mojo. Let me just get rid of one right now. That we don't really need to talk about, Mickey James. I think we all agree that this isn't surprising.
I disagree.
Oh, okay. Well then hold on. Then hold that thought.
You actually sound shocked right there.
I really much am. So let me just say this, and then we'll jump into those. All right. They all got fired, and the following individuals are still on the roster: Natty Tamita, Nia Jax, Akira Tozawa, Humberto Carrillo, Jinder, Lana, Riddick Moss, Carmella, Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, Jackson Riker, Corbin. Those are all still on the roster, but a bunch of potentially good future talents, current talents, were removed. So now let's go one by one.
Okay.
Let's start with Mojo. Maybe
That's the easy.
that's
one.
the easy one.
That's who I thought you were gonna go with. Bye.
Yeah. Push him to the moon, or push him to like halfway to the moon.
Oh, Gronk went back to football, and we can't cash in on that. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mojo's having fucking cappuccinos with fucking the Ascension right now somewhere.
Yeah, Mojo's
No,
only
don't say
successful
that.
thing was the hype. Mojo's only successful thing was the hype bros in NXT,
Yeah,
and even that
was
wasn't
Ryder,
like
though, right?
over like Grover. It was okay. It
Yeah,
was
we never
mainly-
even got like the money shot for fucking the whole broken glass.
That's what I was gonna say, man. You beat me to it. I know. What the fuck? Now what? I'm not gonna be able to
Who
sleep at
needed
night.
it.
Yeah, no, I needed conclusion there. I needed some.
God damn.
Yeah, I needed some closure, man. Some closure.
That's
Fuck.
terrible.
All right, so Mojo, we'll go ahead and mark that one off. We don't talk about that
Bye,
anymore.
Mojo.
This one I thought was kind of sad, but not surprising. Wesley Blake, they never let the man. He's like the grand old man of NXT, and they never let him even sniff the main roster.
And sadly, they kept, like you said a second ago, Rob, Jackson Riker still there, and Wesley Blake, his cup of coffee on the main roster was fucked by Jackson Riker, really.
Right.
Oh, hey, Teddy's here. Teddy Two Stones Heart and
Hey,
Anaconda
Ted.
Vice. What's going on, man?
I mean, I gotta say, look, Brian, and I think this kind of comes into your realm of fandom. With Wesley Blake, not all flashy, not very fancy, not the biggest personality in the world, but what he
Sure.
was really good at was making other people look good. You would agree with that?
It's true.
He wasn't afraid
yeah.
to do
I mean,
it.
yeah. The one thing that kind of stands out with him was when he first kind of made his splash in NXT with when he was doing the whole Blake and Murphy thing. When they were doing they were a pretty successful tag team
Right.
in NXT, and he never really did the thing with the Forgotten Sons, but that got canceled. Yeah, I mean it's kind of expected because how long was he even in NXT for? He was there for like 7 or 8 years.
It
Wasn't
was more than that because he was there. I mean, him and Doc were battling
really?
for grand. Yeah, I mean, I think probably
Oh, geez.
13. I mean,
Closer to
And I don't even
10
think he got a
maybe?
cup of coffee before the whole Jackson Riker thing.
yeah. I look at him, and here's what I see. I see the Brooklyn Brawler. Somebody that can go on there who's has a name. He's recognizable. He's not going to win matches. He's going to be a jobber, put people over. But he's good at that. He's good at making people look good, and he's a viable, who gives a shit heel to fight people. And you get him at the discount veteran rate, right? You don't have to pay him the full.
There's no way he was making big money.
No, I mean you could say Wesley, we'll pay you $200,000 a year, which is their low ball.
I don't even think that.
Maybe
I think
120. Yeah, $120,000 a year. You have a talent you can work with and use when you want to. I think for a value talent, keep him, right? Why not?
And especially he's only 33.
Now,
Brian, look it up. 33 years old. That's young.
What's up,
and he's got
Perfect 11?
experience
What's up,
too.
Soji?
You can use him as a producer in the backstage.
Now, since you mentioned that, that's why I think, Brian, and you think you jump in here afterwards. I think Drew Gulak, somebody like him, stays on the roster where somebody like Wesley Blake goes away because of Gulak's dual role. And that's part of why, like, if someone's going to pick between, and I'm not trying to absolutely 100% compare them, I'm just comparing the roles, not the men.
Right.
If you've got a wrestler, then you've got a wrestler/trainer, booker, whatever. Okay, you're going to stay the guy with multiple roles, and I'm sorry, Wesley Blake, you're a great wrestler.
Yeah.
But we don't really need you. This isn't an era where you need a Brooklyn Brawler. This is an era of a lot of people do strong style and other things. You don't need a guy to make him look good. You need a guy to tell a story.
I contest the part of your reasoning there that you don't need it, that you don't need the Brooklyn Brawler type and all that.
No, you have a plethora of them is my point.
Oh, okay.
So you don't need this guy because he's not quite the entertainer that the others are.
Okay, I mean,
and he doesn't have a dual role like Gulak does.
Fair arguments, but I think he's already had more time on our roster talking tonight than we need to do. So
true.
Go ahead and cut him and move on.
Oh man, we hardly.
Bye, Wesley.
Here's one that I just find this one to be absolutely just a complete dick move. I mean, of all dick moves, it's a dick move. Tucker,
is it though?
I mean, yeah, it is. I mean,
why? Full kayfabe, when we're done with this today, we're all going to run our lists of who we think is going to be on Black Tuesday next year.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see some other type of Tuckers. Why? Because Tucker clearly was the Jannetty. His ceiling had been eclipsed.
Yeah, you can't. Here's why you can't use that analogy. You can't use Jannetty because he wasn't with Otis as long as the Rockers were together.
Well, true, but he was clearly the weak link.
Yeah, but also Otis isn't necessarily Shawn Michaels either. Like,
no,
it's almost like there's like two Jannettis in that.
Yeah,
team.
But Vince, like when I say I'm not comparing Michaels and Jannetty to people, I'm comparing Vince wants to keep one and the other's gone.
Yeah, but you're assuming they ever really had a shot to prove themselves. Remember,
I'm not saying they did.
They got pulled up prematurely from NXT.
Pretty much.
They got put on the main roster, pushed hard for a fucking cup of coffee, and then thrown to the back. Next thing you know, Otis is having a fucking affair with Mandy Rose and going for the fucking briefcase. I don't know how they get there, but I know that Tucker was a acceptable second to Otis in a tag team with the heavy machinery gimmick that really fit their personality and their size. They really fucked Tucker. I say it's a dick move because he got fucked from the outset.
Yeah, but they did when they broke up. He wrestled a few times singles, and I think Vince just didn't see anything in him. A few times.
Yeah, he
Brian,
had a few, but I mean, it was nothing.
No, he was. You knew the minute you saw him step in the ring.
He didn't have a chance, right? Yeah. He was dead before that.
Yeah, dead man walking.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, fair enough.
He was wearing like sweatpants, bro. Come on, let's not even do it.
Perfect 11 says Tucker really had nothing without Otis and heavy machinery. That said, being the Jannetty isn't the worst thing, and every team will have one guy who has more charisma.
Well, remember, Jannetty did go on and be an IC champion afterwards. So,
he also confessed to a murder on Facebook.
Well, I mean, let's not split hairs here.
You had to bring that up, son of a bitch.
All right, so
goddamn.
Let's real quick do Mickie James and just you have your contest. You contest what I'm saying.
Okay, I have two things to say. They're very short.
Yeah.
First one is, why bring her back if you're not going to do anything with her? And number two, this can segue into your next one, Rob. Chelsea Green, it was rumored that they were going to do a stalker thing. Like the way Mickie debuted with Trish. Chelsea on a podcast said that they were talking about Mickie James being stalked by someone. instead. So the role reversal, I don't know why did they ever bring her back if they weren't going to do anything. But I'm not shocked because of Aldis. Aldis isn't there. He's not coming there.
Well, I'm confused for a second because I said that I wasn't surprised by Mickie James's cut, and now you're on my side because you sounded like you were against it earlier.
I was surprised that you said you didn't want to talk anything about her, and I said no. I have some comments.
Oh, well, your comments really weren't worth it.
Well, I feel like they could have used her as like that veteran that the role that we feel that she should have had, right? The one that like makes the most sense is her being like almost like a player coach, producer type of role.
Right, and that's why even bring her back, Brian? What's up, Will?
I don't know.
As we discussed
she's gonna go back to Impact. She was a good crazy person there.
Right.
No, she's gonna go with her husband at NWA. She's married to Nick Aldis.
Yes,
so.
but I don't think he's staying in NWA. Is my point, Brian? He's leaving. And I think they both go as a package.
As we discussed,
he burned bridges there. Sorry, Rob. He burned bridges there. He's not going there.
That's
that's right. It was Magnus.
Sixth time I try to say that.
Go ahead.
No,
Rob.
I was nothing. Doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter.
I had to get my point in, man. I had to correct.
No,
him.
your point was very much made. It was
he had to correct my insanity.
Well, your insanity is never corrected. You are always insane, and nothing we ever say or do can change that. You're nuts. You're
Still
nuts.
right.
All right, Mickie James is gone. All right.
Bye, Mickey.
Bye, Mickey.
Bye, Mickey.
Ringo.
I guess we'll bring up Chelsea Green out of order from my sheet because you did a segue.
Yeah.
I just think Chelsea Green. One thing you really got over AEW, in my opinion, is the women combined with NXT, right, and the main roster in some forms. I'm gonna jump in that later.
I think this is the more unfair one, Rob.
Yeah, but hold on, I'm gonna finish this one thought. But Chelsea Green, I think, is somebody that you can hang on to, and that might be a bigger star at AEW, right, or somewhere else. And you getting rid of her makes you a little vulnerable. Go ahead.
So you just want them to collect her, like just like keep her,
no,
but shelf her?
No,
they should build her and pay her.
Yeah, they should build her and pay her and use the potential that she has.
Yeah. I mean, Brian, I think she has a much greater ceiling, and I when you were introing Tucky, I feel like she's the same way, but worse. Like, because she has the ability and everything, but guess what? She got hurt. And they're like,
twice.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, you got hurt twice. We tried to push you twice. Get the fuck out of here. I'm Vince.
And I wonder if it I know Matt Cardona is probably he's not like blackballed by WWE, but I'm sure he's not like their favorite person right now. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it since he's with Chelsea.
I don't
know. They're petty, so.
They are petty, but there's a lot that are still there.
Take your fucking toys.
If Lana survived Black Tuesday, or sorry, Pink Tuesday, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah. Why'd you call it Pink?
It was
Tuesday?
the pink wedding.
Slip.
It was the pink wedding. I already explained it.
Oh, pink slip.
I already
okay.
explained
No,
it.
I knew you said the Game of Thrones thing, but I didn't get that.
Okay. Hey, we got a lot to go through. We got to actually, believe it or not, as unorganized as we are right now, and we are. We do have a lot to cover.
So go to the next one. Stop talking about how much we got to have to cover.
Wow,
man. What a dick.
What an absolute cocksucker. All right, Kalisto, I don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Wait. Let's do it. Let's do it one more time in his honor. Let me find the quote.
Oh.
Here you go.
Make a good lucha thing.
Bye, Kalisto.
Bye, Kalisto.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye, Cillian Del Sol.
Bo Dallas.
That one shocks me a little bit. Not because he's cut, but they never tried to do anything with him after, what was it, the B team.
Yeah.
I don't even remember ever seeing him again.
B team, go.
I think Bo Dallas was a win in every gimmick that he had on the main roster.
Believe was good. B team was good. Yeah.
Everything he did, Brian.
He got himself over.
I don't know. I mean, nothing
NXT
really stood out. I gotta be. I mean, he was good. Like, but I also feel like they didn't really. I don't know. They didn't really get behind him with anything that had like any kind of value. Like the B team, really. I mean,
is my memory correct that he used to always challenge me on the B team and how good they were? Was that you that would always do that?
I like the B team.
Yeah, I think you guys overvalue them. I think for
okay.
No.
You're wrong.
I think they got themselves over. I think the Believe gimmick got himself over as both a heel and a face.
Yeah.
And they never booked him to win, and he was still. I think this one is one of those that is petty.
Do you remember
Especially
how
his brother's been so repackaged too, and his brother
Right.
actually has gotten over in all of his gimmicks. Do they just hate the family?
Do you remember how shitty they ended the Bo Leave run? Do you remember that? You remember it, Brian?
No.
I don't remember the
Okay.
ending.
He was on fire. He was having his undefeated streak, and then he fought Adam Rose.
Oh,
Yeah, and they were
I
pushing
forgot all about him.
They were pushing Adam Rose with the fucking velvet rope and all that shit. And then they had him lose to him, and then it was fucking just shit down a hill after that. It was just fucking tumble.
You know,
Well,
Perfect 11 brings us up too. Why didn't
What?
if Fiend is dead and they're gonna repackage maybe Bray as Bray again? Why wouldn't Bo be part of the Wyatt family? Why wouldn't you try that?
I'm sure they pitched that. There's no reason why they wouldn't have pitched that.
You know, there always is a possibility that Bo was like, I don't want to do that with him.
And he
Right.
had charisma, fucking like
Yeah.
I don't know. Bo was one of those guys that the reason his gimmicks were over, Rob, is because he knew how to do, promos.
Sure.
And apparently he's been preparing for life after wrestling. He's got his real estate license in Florida, so he's been also busy with that.
Oh, I got so many jokes in my head for that. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Brian, I'll let you. Samoa Joe, what are you thinking, Brian?
Oh my God.
Samoa Joe.
The guy motherfucking, he stands in the rain and calls WrestleMania. He does fucking commentary for it. And then a few days later, they get rid of him? What? I don't know if now they haven't really said anything yet, like whether or not it was concussion related, if they just thought he was at this point, like, I guess they don't want to take him off of commentary, and maybe he still thinks that he has something left in the tank, and WWE either didn't clear him or they disagreed with him. I have no idea. I don't know if you guys heard anything different, but it surprises me, man. It is exciting though that he's going to be back on the, well, I don't know. He's not necessarily going to be on the indie scene, I don't think, but he'll be a free agent.
I
Which
took
is nice,
this
so
as a
He goes to
little
Ring
bit.
of Honor. I don't know.
I took this, Brian. Punk tweeted back at him and said, they're going to pay us for sitting out or something like that. I think this is Joe. Maybe it is the liability. I really think that they're like, hey, we're going to cut our losses. It's been over a year since you're cleared. You're not that great on commentary. You're not terrible, but, we wanted you as a wrestler.
Yeah, you're no macho.
Yeah, let's let you go and try and, I mean, I don't know that it was 100% mutual, but I feel like these two are the head scratchers. Bo and Joe are both NXT champs, Hunter's boys to a certain extent, at least in the WWE side. Joe was already a made man.
Yeah, you guys are. You guys are giving way too much of this. I found Samoa Joe being cut to be one of the least surprising of the bunch.
You're
Absolutely
insane.
Least surprising. No, he never got the real push on the main roster for whatever reason. If it was a Vince thing, whatever, it doesn't matter. He has chronic issues when it comes to health and getting hurt. So, in my opinion, and I'm probably 99% wrong, right? I admit I'm probably fairly wrong, but I see this as an off ramp for Joe to retire from in-ring competition. Maybe he's hurt to the point he can't wrestle
you think
anymore.
He takes a Taz route?
I don't know.
Like tries to be a commentator, and because when Taz left, he left to go be the commentator for TNA. He didn't just leave.
They're bringing a lot of new talent in. Joe is unpredictable health wise. Do we spend the money for another 5 years with him?
As many times as they re-signed Nash the same way, was health.
Yeah.
They never got anywhere.
Different, totally different styles.
Totally
though.
different everything there, Adam.
Oh,
Horrible.
Fine.
Horrible.
Bad.
So Joe didn't.
Who's next?
Okay, so the next, this is the one that I found to be the most shocking and most unacceptable of all the cuts for me.
Is this a team?
It is the team, and you can separate them if you want to. The Iconics.
You don't need to. You don't even need to separate them. That's what's crazy about this is they created a tag division, and this was the only, outside of, I don't remember where the Bellas were at the time, this was the only natural tag team.
It felt like they made that for them.
Right.
Yeah.
And they eventually got there later. Every other one of these teams has been mostly Frankenstein. I mean, some of them had some themes to go on, but they were mostly Frankenstein. Nikki and Alexa Frankenstein when they put together.
Sorry, I was reading the board. I tuned out for a
Well,
second.
they obviously don't value tag teams. I mean, that's already established and been established. So
yeah.
this shouldn't be surprising.
As we're looking
but
at,
they separated them and didn't even put them in singles runs, Brian. They put them in with other partners.
as we're looking at WrestleMania, we saw Tamina and Natty on a tag team, taking on Nia and Shayna.
Frankenstein all over there.
Tamina and Natty. I mean, let me
see, Brian. Rob.
Let me break this down for you real fast.
Blood is thicker than water. Simple.
No, I understand that. I just want to break this down for you in a larger scope. Okay, the larger scope here, in my opinion, is the women's division, which I believe is a regressing factor on the roster. It is regressing back to diva storylines and looks and feels and quality matches in many cases, regressing back to that period. And Iconics, they weren't that period. Natty and Tamina perpetuate that period. I am boggled that you would lose Peyton Royce, and as a consequence of Billy Kay too, which Billy Kay could have been a good, lower tier player to help you on your roster. It's horrible. As a tag team, they should have never been separated. Never been separated. What a horrible, horrible, horrible pick. And what an outstanding, because she's going to go, and I'll throw it to you. What an absolutely outstanding, I would argue, game-changing acquisition Peyton Royce is going to be for AEW.
And Billy Kay.
Yes, I think that if you're true about the rumors, Brian, and you would know more than me about this, but AEW wants to have a women's tag division.
Yeah, it's simple. They do, and her fucking hubby is over there, so
this is who you bring in.
Yeah, it makes total sense. They already changed their names too. I don't have them in front of me. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but while I pull them up, there was one thing I wanted to mention though about the whole Iconics thing. Like, it's supposed to be like the WWE, like the Women's Evolution, and Triple H always says like, go out and prove yourself. Like, even if you have 30 seconds, like make the most of it. They did that over the past few weeks, like cutting those. Peyton Royce did it on Talking Smack. She cut a fucking amazing promo, and a lot of people got a lot of fire behind her.
And
now
Billy
all of a sudden
Kay
she doesn't have a job. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Billy Kay
with Carmella.
Yeah,
she started to actually get like a push outside of the Iconics over on SmackDown.
Right. So and then so you get rid of them, and then what do you have? You have Shayna. You did see the end of the Lana Naomi match, right? Where they did that double face slam down my booty, leg spread, whatever. Right. They did that to Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is a bad chick that in NXT would have matches where they were throwing each other off of ladders and into buildings. I mean, name it.
That's the thing. All of these are people that are NXT.
I understand. That's not my point at all. Shut the fuck up and let me finish my sentence. I'm saying that such a badass chick that went through so much damage in every match she had got pinned by two girls doing splits. That is diva shit.
Yeah. I mean, Shayna Baszler won't be. She'll be on Black Tuesday next year, Rob.
Well, maybe.
I don't think it was what Tuesday last year. It was just the same date.
No, but if what you're saying is true
let him have it.
If what you're saying is true,
yeah,
about how we're progressing back to a divas, we don't need a former UFC champion. We've never billed her as a former UFC champion on the main roster.
Oh no, she's the window dressing. So you could say no. See, we're legitimate. We have a UFC fighter. That makes us legitimate.
In our tag division, working with the sloppiest girl on the roster.
Right. I mean, ignore that the girls are all doing fucking the Rockefeller chicks or whatever the fuck they're called. That they're over here dancing and doing fucking lingerie shit. We got a UFC fighter over here, and then we got one that calls herself the Man. So everything's good. Don't look over here. It's good.
We got this.
Yeah. So, Monday Night Raw's women's division is garbage. Sorry. All right, you want to do it? Let's do your thing. Let's move through it.
All right. So real quick, we put a little homework assignment. I decided to do a death pool for next year's day after WrestleMania, or the Tuesday. We'll call it for 2022.
We'll just call it next year's, the seasonal cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of here. Usually,
All right.
I think cuts happen in August.
So I'm just
No,
gonna run
it's
mine
always
through
after
real
Mania,
quick.
bro.
No, I have family on the roster that has once told me that.
Oh, you're gonna pull that card.
Yeah, he legitimately looked at me and said they do most of their cuts in August is when the big cuts come through. August,
Rob,
September.
I can personally tell you.
There is more than just this one day, Brian. So at any point, if any of these 10 people, here's my list, get cut, you guys can highlight it if you want. I have Mustafa Ali, Dio Madden, Chad Gable, Akira Tozawa, Cedric Alexander, Berto Carrillo, Shayna Baszler, Lana. This one may surprise Rob, but I think it's a guarantee now that Bianca was champ. Sorry, Dawkins. You're going to be gone.
What?
And the one that shocked me wasn't already on this year's list and might be, Rob, the one you're talking about in August. Keith Lee.
Oh, my God.
There's a reason he's not on TV. There's a reason his wife is not on TV.
That's a nut punch one that's like very makes sense. Yeah.
The leader of Retribution and nobody else.
You got
No,
some.
I had Dio Madden and
you
Mustafa
had Madden.
Ali.
Okay.
You had some good ones on there that I feel like I lessened some, but I got a couple I think might shock
Okay,
you.
go with
All
you.
All right. Let's hear it.
So some of the
Wait,
easy.
what do you think about Dawkins?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
So some of the easier ones I got with Riddick Moss.
Oh, I forgot he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the underground.
I had
He's still there.
yeah, Dio Madden.
Yeah, guaranteed.
I'm gonna go Tamina. I think it's finally her time.
Blood.
I know. I think
Bo is the first blood cut in a while.
let me do mine. Humberto Carrillo. I think he's gone.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa's gone.
Totally.
And then here, my next 5 may shock you. I agree with you. I think Shelton's done. Okay.
Oh, I said Cedric.
Okay. Well, I have Cedric and Shelton.
Oh,
I think they.
have the
You
Bang
got
Bang?
both of them?
Yeah, I think they both get the axe.
Man.
I think Dawkins. I agree with you. With Bianca saying, with them having them on the show together Friday, doing the segment that they did where Bianca basically said, "Go get the belts," and then they failed. This is gonna be one of those. Honey, Dawkins. He's not.
I'm a champion. You got to be a champion.
Yeah,
and
right.
If he can't get you the belts, you got to go get them yourself.
And Dawkins, they're gonna try to keep Dawkins on for a little bit, like they did.
Tucky.
Like they did Tucker, or more Darren Young. They tried to keep him after prime time.
With
time.
Bob Backlund.
Yeah. So that
Make Darren Young great.
and then it flopped. Dawkins will be okay for a minute.
I forgot
and be
about
gone.
Ricochet. I didn't even think about that.
Well, hold on. I'm not done. Thanks, ass.
That was from the board.
I don't care. I'm still doing mine. Ricochet, I think, is going to be gone, and I think this is the way they're treating him.
I think he wants to be.
Here's my big shocker. Ready? And this might be a bad one because merchandising. Well, not anymore necessarily. I think Bailey. Bailey didn't have a Mania match.
He was featured spot though. I mean, New Day didn't have one a couple times. They were the hosts.
I feel like since she's lost her belt, they just kind of went.
No, I think that she's going to go back to the hugger at some point before she leaves.
She has to. She can't fall that far.
Bailey is that's my wild card. I don't truly believe it, but I think that there's a shocker. Oh, that's a good one's on here. Let's see here.
Let's let Brian.
Yeah,
Brian go first.
Right.
Then we'll do the board.
So my list was combined of people that I think will get the axe. And some of those that should probably, like, ones that I want to get to leave so that
Tommy
they can
End?
move on to greater things.
Well, see, that breaks the rules. That's what I wanted to do, but Adam was like, no.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
this is the death pool. This is who Vince gets rid of.
All right. So
do
it
your
still
list.
applies,
Do it your way, Brian.
So here we go. Ricochet.
Conformist.
I think we all can agree on that one.
Yeah, I think he's due for greener pastures.
Aaliyah. Right, she's been in NXT for fucking forever. I want to see her do something.
I didn't add NXT onto mine.
I will, because I would have picked Roddy
Well, he's also on my list actually because
Oh,
I think he's actually getting moved up to either SmackDown or Raw.
I gotta say, I think Aaliyah's a lazy one. But go ahead. Yeah.
Brian
What?
picked
If
the
that's a lazy
picks.
one, no. What are you talking about? Then fucking Dio Madden is a lazy one.
He's on the
bro.
main
Oh,
roster. He's they're
yeah.
pushing him right now in a story. Go ahead.
Jackson Riker, of course,
Yeah.
because obviously.
Just because he's a
I
douchebag.
also
I had him on my
had
first
Tamina.
list.
I had Tamina on mine too. I think that it's like, why? She's been there for fucking ever. Yeah, she's bloodline, but so what? Adnan, what's the new announcer's name? I don't think he's gonna make it to
I
the
did-
I don't know. He's
I
not gonna
did
make it to
write
next
that down.
year.
Dude, he got a lot. He just went, like, during the Viking Raiders match, I actually was listening to him, and Corey didn't step over him, and he was like, here's a big slam. He's like, he doesn't know that move.
Oh my god, I watched it.
And I
there were a few
swear he
times.
said Shelton Alexander at one time.
Who was that? Who's that one guy they brought on the one time? That was it an American?
Mike Adamle.
Mike Adamle. Yeah, that was a fucking dumpster fire. This is like, let's try it again.
During the Charlotte and Asuka match, I wrote it down. I actually had notes. During the Charlotte and Asuka match, Charlotte hit Asuka with a back elbow, but she did like the slap gimmick. But Adnan, during his commentary, he said, slap her around the world. And it was a fucking back elbow, but I guess he didn't see. It's like, it was the slap, dude. You're not supposed to put emphasis on the slap. Ignore the slap.
It's horrible. It's so bad.
It was bad.
What else is
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Fuck Your Face Phillips, but he hosts a good show, you know?
Yeah.
He's all
And then-
right.
Yeah. What's
and then just the ones that to close it out, like the ones that are like the ones I want to get fired,
No, this would be fun.
just so that they could do some like cool stuff like New Japan or whatever. Daniel Bryan, right? Aleister Black. I said Roddy before. He's still that applies. And also, I want Miz. I want Miz to leave WWE. I want him to do something
Never.
else in wrestling.
Never.
I don't know why. I want to
never
see
gonna
him.
happen.
Yeah, Miz is
Why
Morrison
not?
will be gone probably next year, but no way, Miz.
Okay.
On the board, we've got Perfect 11 says Grand Metalik, Jackson Riker, Nikki Cross. I thought about Robert Roode. I thought about and Murphy. I thought about.
Oh yeah,
Soji-
Murphy. That's an interesting one.
Soji has Elias, Morrison, all of Retribution. Yeah,
Well, okay, so
Morrison just got there.
let's look at these real
I think
quick.
Dominic survives.
Let's look at these real quick. Now we are saying Deadpool for the next year, big cuts. People like Rude, I see maybe not making it to that far. Nikki Cross not making it that far. Grand Metalik not making it that far.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't put some of their names on there. The people that and God, somebody put Murphy on there. Murphy is where the fuck is he?
He's on Friday. You don't watch it. He
Well,
did- he
they
did
also
his
just
little
totally
Mysterio
shelved that
angle. Yeah.
that whole him and Aaliyah thing, right? With
Yeah.
Mysterio.
He
But
was,
they just
he
got
was
rid of her.
flirting with Dominic's sister.
Hey,
and
look,
then, yeah, it just ended.
My buddy Matt Gates is going through some things right now, and I think maybe you dating a teenager is a bad idea for his storyline. Just we're gonna put that out there.
Soji
All
says he sees 205 Live gone by next year, guys. Yeah, they've already taken the Cruiserweight title and just moved it into NXT.
Oh, once
So I could very easily see it going away.
I don't know, and here's the only reason why I say I don't know is we don't know what's going to happen when the crowds start coming back. When the people start getting vaccinated, they start opening arenas again. We start getting audiences again. They start doing house shows in a traveling show. How is that going to affect it? Will they need shows like 205 to still be?
Will they need purple ropes?
I mean, do they still use purple ropes? I didn't.
No, I think they got rid of that.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Perfect
Actually,
11
I have
says
no
if
idea.
The Miz leaves WWE, who else would they get to fill a needless 15-minute promo spot on Raw? I mean, tonight he just made out with his wife and plugged his show for 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I tell you,
Good promo.
I'll tell you who the next generation of Ms. and Mrs. is going to be.
Who?
I guarantee. Well, I don't guarantee. I know they said they would never, but I think that they will.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be Bianca and Montez because that taps
After Montez wins King of the Ring?
that taps into a whole market that WWE has no grip on at the moment, and those two doing a reality show about their life, and then that brings fans to the other shows. I'm telling you, they're going to push the fuck out of them to do their own show. So
I can see it.
Binky and Mister.
Binky and that other guy.
Who's
All right.
clicking their pen?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You nervous?
No.
It's okay, Rob.
No, I'm not. Okay. So that's everybody's Deadpools. Anything else on the board before we move to the next thing real quick? We're almost done.
I'm not shocked about the whole Elias thing there.
No, he's a moneymaker. They'll milk him.
And he's a WWE creation. Like I can see that he's probably gonna stick around.
He's gonna have CDs released. He's gonna be in the WWE movies and shit.
Yeah.
He's
Spike Leather says Triple H is going to protect his NXT talent. He won't let them get released without a drag out fight. Look at this list, bro. Almost all of them.
I don't know
through
about
NXT.
Who said that?
Almost all of them came through NXT. That was from
No,
Stike.
Stike. Wow, Stike. That might
was
be
a bad one, buddy.
Yeah, Stike usually come through with some thunder, man. That was horrible. No.
Triple H, until he's in charge, is just getting the Vaseline out.
Look, I know that there has been years of everybody saying Triple H loves his NXT, and he does. And he does love his NXT.
Loves his mama.
He loves his NXT guys and his girls. They're his babies. He loves them. There is no doubt. Nobody disagrees with that. But when the old man says I'm taking it, he takes it. And when the old man says I don't want it, he says okay.
There's a meme going around on Twitter right now that says on WWE 2K20 you can make a 30-man battle. 30-man Royal Rumble with just released superstars.
Oh my goodness! All right, so okay. There's our Deadpool. There's all the cuts. Let's move on to a couple little things to kind of close the night out. There's a couple little topics to close the night out.
Next year, Vince should do a legit feast or famine.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. When did Charlotte, was she called the Opportunity at some point in the past? I don't remember that.
Huh?
She was called an opportunist at times, but now that Edge is back,
Because she's
the
like,
ultimate opportunist.
this is why I'm known as the Opportunity, and I'm like, I never called you the Opportunity.
Never heard that.
So I don't. Okay,
You can't make up your own nickname.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Maybe that's what the guys in the locker room call her.
she should just start her own band and wear her band shirt on stage. Yeah. Okay.
I know Brian likes her.
She's
Especially in that
she's a
outfit.
phenomenal wrestler. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we should probably We should finish our show on good notes. So the positive spin.
There were two good.
There were
ones.
two good positive spins. Let's start with one with Matt Riddle tonight. Brian, did you see the interactions with Matt Riddle?
I did not.
Oh,
I did not.
Okay,
Brian,
I'm-
and they did good booking too.
So let me paint the picture for you, Brian, best
Please.
I can. Randy Orton's giving a backstage interview, and as he's doing it, talking about I'm going to be watching who's going for the title and blah blah blah. Matt Riddle walks up, kind of scooters around him, and he's just like, "What's up, bro? You want to be in a tag team? We'll call it, RK, bro." And and it's just he's just being total stoner. And then
It's like, we can get you a scooter. I'll put fangs on it.
yeah, and then
It'll be like the Viper.
And then he walks away and he's like, "So what? So no fangs?" And he fucking scooters off.
Oh my god.
So then Randy goes to Adam and he's like, "Hey, Adam."
No, that was not yet. And later on, so Randy's
No.
walking around.
No. I'm in order. You're out of order.
I am?
Yes, you're out of order. So he goes to Adam Pearce and he's like, "Hey, man, I don't know who that fucking kid was on the scooter, but I need to have a match with him to fucking, let him know what's up
He
around
said
here."
the barefoot kid.
The barefoot, the barefoot kid on the scooter. I don't know who he is, but I want to whoop his ass, essentially.
Uh-huh.
And then before their match, as they show Randy backstage walking to the ring for their match, you hear vroom, vroom, and Matt Riddle goes skirching by him on the scooter, and he's like, "I passed you, bro."
Oh my god.
Dude. And
then Riddle-
he got the pin.
Yeah, and
he
then-
countered an RKO
and wins the
into a
match.
Crucifix pin.
What?
It was so good.
Yes.
It was such a good.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
he
shocking.
and Randy kicked his ass the whole match. Like,
Yeah.
there was no shine.
So that was a very good moment for Raw tonight. I really enjoyed that.
And I was
Wow.
thinking, Brian, now the picture Rob just painted for you. Imagine like every one of his rivalries, no belt, no nothing. He's like, "Hey man,
What's up, dude?"
I don't have any gold. You don't have any gold. Do you want to be tag team partners?" And the other guy's always like, "No," and they start a feud. So he pretends he's always in the tag division, but nobody's going to partner with him. So that's how he creates his singles matches.
It's actually pretty. That's interesting right there. That's interesting logic.
Right?
So,
Holy shit.
and the other thing that was good tonight,
It's genius.
it was great. We had Alexa's Playground with her friend. Did you watch this, Brian?
I saw it. Yeah, she said she pushed the chick over.
You know,
Called her
she
a
said, I
bitch.
pushed that little bitch down.
Yeah. And when she broke her arm, I was happy.
Yeah.
Like,
And so here's my thing. Where I think this segment is brilliant. I love the Lily character. I think that it's a really good. If they do it right, it's a good Alexis story. Definitely a good character for her. As a father, I was a little concerned that like if one of my daughters, thankfully they were asleep, one of them especially would have heard that. Then tomorrow I would have got a call from the fucking school principal going, "You realize your daughter pushed somebody off the slide and called her a bitch." You know, and we know who that is. So as a father, I'm like, we might be a little careful
if I had to
about
pick your daughter, yes, I
yeah,
know which one.
let's not glorify the child violence just yet, WWE.
Okay, but the thing she said at the end for the key said, Lily wants me to make sure I tell you. I'll get to the point, Lily. I'll get to the point. She's talking to the doll, and she says, I got rid of him. Now I don't like all of you, so you're all the.
No, she didn't like him, and she doesn't like all
Lily.
of you.
Yeah, she listens to Lily. Lily is the one that calls
sorry,
the shots.
Forgot the third person party Lily thing. But yes, the point being is now she basically under no uncertain terms said, I'm done with the whole Fiend gimmick. Women's division, I'm coming after you.
Right.
And I like that she did not say the title.
Right.
She said the women or the girls, whatever. But she didn't worry about the title. I think that was Fiend's downfall. If Alexa just goes out and starts like, I want to consume souls Undertaker style, but the female version, do that.
I feel like Fiend is done.
I do too.
Yeah, they did him dirty.
Yeah,
Dirty.
I'm curious what
They stripped him of his power.
I'm curious how if Bray's just gonna have the Funhouse thing, without an alter ego, like he's just gonna do that character.
He's gonna come out in sweaters and fight like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Here's a happy little body slam.
Did you ever
Oh my
think?
God.
And I mean this is far fetched, but we remember the whole and you guys correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the whole
You're wrong.
Yeah, the whole Dead Man Inc. and American Badass came from he didn't want to keep scaring his kids. He wanted to show them a different side of him.
Right.
So maybe Bray, now that he's a father of two, wanted similar. And wanted to be able to show his children his segments. So he's like, hey, I'm going to be Mr. Rogers full time now.
I don't know if they're old. Are they old enough for that yet?
No, they're like 2 and 3, I think.
Okay,
That's old enough. Yeah, that's old enough, Brian.
No, is it?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
You
I don't
have no
kids.
frame of reference.
You think they stay in the fetal
I
position
have
until they're
0
5?
frame of reference.
Brian?
I didn't talk till I was like
Everyone in this
3.
room
Yeah, shit's
is
fucked
no
up.
dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points,
No.
and may God have mercy on your soul.
Sorry,
Such
Brian.
a long sound effect.
It really is a long one.
It doesn't queue up right.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's your
this one.
fault.
This
Ringo.
one's- Yeah, Bringo's money.
Yeah.
Can never go wrong.
I don't know.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. All right. I don't think we have anything else. I think that's it.
Me and Brian will be here Wednesday.
Yeah. And don't forget, don't
Yeah,
worry.
we'll be here. Rob, you coming back?
No, I will not. So they're going to, I'm not watching.
Oh, there was a cut from AEW, Rob. Evilise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Evilise.
Yes.
No more La Secaria.
Brian, did you hear about the dirty dirt sheets around this? And
Dirty.
You know, I only heard the one
She's
side.
denying
In
it.
fairness, but Thunder Rosa, you know, they debuted together. Rosa's always on Dynamite. Evilise is on, I guess, that other show on YouTube.
Dark and, yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw the clip, but Evilise has a history of stuff like this and being difficult to work with, so it's not necessarily surprising. He's doing that. He's
Dude,
turning
it's
the
like
lights
an
up.
Academy Award. He's giving you playoff music.
Yeah, exactly. That son of a bitch. Oh, hey, before we go, I do recommend go watch A&E's new series. I think it's like WWE's Lost Treasures. or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I've been wanting to watch those. Yeah.
Stone Cold
It's pretty
was
good. I
last
watched the
night,
first episode with Mick Foley. It's good. It's fun to watch.
and then they got Roddy coming up too.
Well, they have 2 shows. They have the Lost Treasures one, and then they also have the autobiography.
Oh, so
Or
the
biography,
autobiography was Stone Cold and Roddy.
It's like something Legends or something. Legends of the Fall.
Hidden
Turn
Temple.
that down.
You know what? Again, what you hear and what they hear are different things.
Plus, it's Rob's show. He could play it as loud.
You do
as
whatever
he
the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
Stop telling me what to do, Adam.
This is how we feel.
Such a jerk. Stop egging him on.
I'm just gonna.
Pentagon changed his name because of legal stuff with, I believe, AAA.
Oh wait,
Anaconda Vice says Rob Dick rides Raw.
What I said 2 positive things about it.
And he said he wanted to end the show on a positive, which is why we saved the only 2 things we could say. Riddle was entertaining tonight, and I like Alexa calling out the division.
So what part of this knob am I riding?
He didn't say a knob. He said a dick.
Yeah.
He said, why did you sound like you're from Wisconsin? You got a dick? I'm going to eat some eggs and have some dick. Wow.
There's my death list. Hang it up.
Okay, we're not going to hang it up.
Yeah.
We're probably going to end up throwing it away or something.
No, fuckface.
It'll get lost in the studio. Studio cat will eat it.
I'm going to give it to the cat, and it's going to eat it like a dick.
Wow, you're fixated on the dick riding.
Don't worry, I will turn the show off. It won't go 9 hours. I promise you. And for the podcast people, I'm sorry you didn't get last week. Adam didn't record the audio or turn off the stream. So for Wednesday's show. So
well, I started off with no Brian. It was just my own picture.
no, that doesn't help.
Oh, wait. Or is this going to happen again on Wednesday?
I don't know. Because you know what? Because we've been doing this show
God.
for like 4+ years. And Adam hasn't taken the time to learn anything, so he's on his own. I don't fucking know.
Wait, we gotta have Perfect 11's comment here. He says Matt Riddle is like if Urkel and Kimmy Gibbler had a kid, then it got super fucking high.
I guess. Yeah, I do that.
Annoying as fuck. But
Mark out like no one's watching.
I'll catch you on the flip side. I'll catch you on the flip side. He's an angry elf.
Oh man, I have no idea what's going on.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by YouRecord Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmedia